Unit 2, The Advocates Act 1961, 20 marks. 1. Need, importance and objectives. The Advocates Act 1961 is a monumental piece of legislation based on the recommendations of the Law Commission and the All India Bar Committee. It was enacted to consolidate and unify the laws governing legal practitioners. A. Need for the Act. Before 1961, the legal landscape was chaotic and fragmented. The Act was necessary to address the following issues. 1. Multiple laws. The profession was governed by several, often conflicting statutes, like the Legal Practitioners Act 1879 and the Bar Councils Act 1926. 2. No uniformity. There were varying standards of eligibility and conduct across different states and high courts. 3. Fragmented profession. The existence of multiple classes of practitioners, barristers, solicitors, vakils, etc., created an artificial class-based hierarchy. 4. Lack of autonomy. The legal profession lacked an autonomous, self-governing body and was largely controlled by the judiciary and the government. B. Importance of the Act. The Act is a landmark statute because it is revolutionary and consolidating. Its importance lies in the changes it instituted. 1. Unified profession. It abolished all previous distinctions and created the single category of advocate, entitled to practice in all courts and tribunals across India. 2. Established autonomous bodies. It established the Bar Council of India, text BCI, and State Bar Councils, text SBCs, as elected, democratic and autonomous bodies of lawyers. 3. Self-regulation. It empowered the profession to regulate its own affairs, including enrollment, setting ethical standards, and enforcing disciplinary action. C. Objectives of the Act, SURE. The Act primarily aimed to achieve the following. Standardize and streamline, to prescribe uniform standards of professional qualification, conduct, and etiquette across the nation. Unify the profession, to amalgamate the various classes of legal practitioners into one single class, known as advocates. R. Regulate and represent, to regulate the profession through representative bar councils and to represent the interests of the bar. E. Empower and establish, to empower the bar councils with statutory powers for the growth and development of the profession. 2. Definition and core concepts. The Act provides the structural framework of the modern legal system. A. Definition of an advocate, text ADC. Closing parentheses. As per Section 2A of the Act, advocate means an advocate entered in any role under the provisions of this Act. This simple definition contains the following deep meaning, text ADC. A. Admitted, the person must be admitted onto the role of advocates by a state bar council. D. Duly qualified, the admission must be duly done as per the prescribed legal and educational qualifications of the Act. C. Capacity to practice. Once enrolled, they gain the statutory capacity to practice in all courts and tribunals across India. B. Key concepts under the Act. The Act's key concepts center around creating an organized, self-governed legal community. One single category. The most fundamental concept is the establishment of one single class of practitioners, advocate, unifying the entire profession. 2. The roles of advocates. The license. Every state bar council maintains a state roll, containing the names of all advocates admitted by it. The inclusion of a person's name on this roll is the fundamental license and requirement for practicing law in India. 3. Statutory right to practice. An enrolled advocate is conferred with a statutory right to practice in all courts, including the Supreme Court, before any tribunal, and before any person legally authorized to take evidence. 4. Dual system of bar councils, self-governance. The Act creates a dual structure for governance. State Bar Council, text SBC, the local governing body responsible for enrollment and initial disciplinary matters within the state. Bar Council of India, text BCI, the national apex and regulatory body responsible for setting national standards, overseeing the text SBCs, and handling appellate discipline. 5. Enrollment and privileges. Enrollment is the gateway, transforming a law graduate into a professional with the right of audience. Privileges include the right to appear and plead, and protection from liability for statements made in good faith during judicial proceedings. Conclusion. The Advocates Act 1961 successfully transformed a disorganized profession into a unified, dignified, and autonomous body. It laid the foundation for a strong and independent bar, which is indispensable for the administration of justice. Its provisions regarding the need, objectives, text SURE, and the very concept, text ADC, of an advocate remain the cornerstone of the Indian legal system.